Hey everyone, this is Will with The Unknown Options. A friend and I, Bokar, on I think it was episode 3, the civil engineer data analyst episode, we had a conversation and we agreed that college was important. We said that it was a necessity as it provided the opportunity to network. In this video, we're going to explain what networking is, discuss my personal experience with it, and highlight the epitome of networking in the PayFile Mafia. Uh, Networking, as defined by Investopedia, is the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession or a special interest, usually in an informal social setting. However, networking is far more than just the exchange of information. Investopedia presents a decent initial definition, but it's important to understand the deeper aspects of networking, which is building relationships. It centers around the development of relationships through initiation, cultivation, and maintenance. It's crucial for individuals in any industry to become networking savants as it constructs sales and relation building skills. Those two being the most important skills for success in really any jobs. The benefits for individuals to network are almost limitless, but I'll limit it to about 8. For one, career advancement. It helps people find new job opportunities with potential employers. It helps with professional development. You have access to mentorship, learning opportunities, as well as staying informed about industry developments. Simply building connections. You establish and maintain great relationships with other professionals in your industry. Um, Referrals and recommendations. You can obtain referrals and recommendations from that new professional circle. Um, Growth personally and professionally. You can build support systems that can assist with your professional and personal growth and development. Entrepreneurial opportunities. This is not just a channel based for 9 to 5s, it's also for entrepreneurs. With networking, you can connect with potential partners, investors, and customers for your entrepreneurial ventures. Self confidence. I mean, we can't ignore the mental. Networking helps build self confidence by building relationships with people that you may not have before, and it helps you share your ideas and thoughts. Lastly, it helps you diversify your skill set and knowledge. I mean, it helps you learn new skills and techniques by acquiring knowledge through diverse perspectives. Simply. Now we're gonna hop into like my network evolution. I grew up in a diverse community, so I had the opportunity to learn from various people from massively different backgrounds. Despite living in a neighborhood with like a few children, I gravitated towards older individuals. My best friend when I was in elementary school was a man named Jameson. If you watch this, Jameson, shout out to you. And he was 17. Through my frequent interaction with older people, I developed the ability to effectively communicate and network with individuals from different age groups. Additionally, my experience in speech class, where I worked to overcome a stutter and improve my enunciation, helped me become more comfortable and confident in building relationships. Despite the challenges that I faced earlier in life, I become skilled in constructing connections and expanding my professional circle. And now I'm gonna go through a brief little timeline of how I networked and like my, I guess, evolution professionally. I'm 26 years young right now, so I'm gonna start from my first job at 14. At 14, my first job was with Mercer Landscaping. Shout out Elder Mercer, where I learned the fundamentals of communication in a service-based work environment. Also, this was a cell phone business, so I learned really the highs and lows of running your own business. I saw there was days I always got paid. Mercer, I want to be sure I got paid, but I definitely saw that there were customers that were always had excuses and why they weren't willing to pay. At 16, I started my first like official job at Harris Teeter. I cultivated and learned the skills of customer service and problem solving, where I serviced a diverse client base. I'm at 17. I started to feed the entrepreneurial beast, starting multiple businesses and networking with several communities in high school. I started flipping shoes, so I interacted with the sneaker community frequently. I started my first fashion business, Love, LOV, and then I started Rose of Life and Love, the photography, and my blog where I interviewed local, really was hip hop artists. At 18, I began attending CPCC. I learned to navigate higher education relationships and on a personal and academic level. That's where I met my sis now. Shout out Juan. I'm at 19. I transferred to UNC Charlotte, and this is where I really learned the true meaning of network. I really found a group of like-minded individuals who I still talk to all of them to this day. Shout out L Team. At age 20, I started working at Lowe's Home Improvement, where I doubled down on the skills that I developed from Harris Teeter. Here's where I really, here's where like the first, not the first, but one of the most influential relationships in my life began. I met Ramsey Hawa, who while I was working at Lowe's customer service, who introduced me to real estate. And he came up to me one day when I was checking him out. He saw I did my job really efficiently. He said, "Are you good at math?" And I said, "I mean, I guess." And he was asking me questions. It's a very weird interaction. He said, "You take your real estate license?" And I said, "Sure, I will." I never took it. He came back like 2 months later, asked me the same thing. Did I take it yet? And I said no. And then I got it and I took it. He became my mentor, and he actually took me under his wing, and he took me to my first professional networking events where I met and held conversations with like several healthcare executives, business executives, and I was the youngest dude there all times. I was always the only black person there, so it definitely helped me stand my ground per se, and be able to hold efficient and intellectual conversations with a different audience that I never interacted with before. At 21, I became a realtor at Keller Williams, started my professional sales career, speaking to many agents and prospective clients. I also started working with Atrium Health in the customer care segment, and I met my future manager for Atrium at Lowe's. She was talking to me one day, and she wanted me to work there, and I applied the job, and she was my manager, and me and her still talk to this day. She's come to my wedding in a few weeks. At age 23, I started a Rosa Homes Group, my broken relationship with an institutional investor in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was selling properties directly to them. I met many investors and homeowners across the state of North Carolina. I learned how to manage a network of people between contractors, business partners, lawyers, customers, investors, and accountants, among others. I also paid a decent sum of money to partner with a mentor, Steve Trang, based out of Arizona, and I brokered a relationship and network with many other investors across the nation that are doing millions of dollars worth of deals in real estate per year. So that was that's a network that I paid for. I'm at 24. I started my first corporate job at PMMC, which is a small healthcare software company in Ballantyne. I learned how like the office is a terrible place to be, but I learned a political conversation, learned how to communicate in a company with less than 250 people. Um, I was also working at Amazon at nighttime, and I experienced the blue collar work system and interacted with those kind of people, and I learned the differences between white collar workers and blue collar workers. And I was working at nighttime too, so the difference between working at daytime and working at nighttime in the factory is different people. At age 25, I joined Practicum, an online boot camp to learn data science. I met several data enthusiasts stateside and in Russia. It's a Russian-based boot camp. I learned how to build academic relationships in a fully virtual environment. I also gained my first paid podcasting gig due to this podcast that I'm doing right now, due to relationships that I built while enrolled in the school at Practicum. I also started my first tech job with Palo. I fell in love with the fully remote workflow, and I learned how to network efficiently in that environment. And I learned how to really talk to executives in a company that has more than 10,000 employees. I actually got one of the VP over my segment to be my mentor. 1 month into the job, I'll talk about that later in a later episode. Now to the PayPal Mafia. The PayPal Mafia is a business epitome of networking. The PayPal Mafia is a collective of former PayPal employees and founders, including Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Max Levchin, and Keith Rabois. All of them have since founded or developed numerous successful tech companies. I mean, the group is a highly accomplished and influential network of tech entrepreneurs who have continued to work and invest together since the sale of PayPal to eBay in 2002. They have since been known as one of the most successful groups in Silicon Valley. The members of the PayPal Mafia held certain characteristics. They were all highly educated, uber competitive. They had strong mathematics skills. They could speak different languages, and they were all workaholics. They also shared a mutual disdain for MBA grads, student athletes, and frat boys. Their work environment was unique. They had no physical office space. There was a complete transparency in the terms of financial and customer information for all members. And it was a culture of open idea sharing and adoption from the best ideas from all members. Although Peter Thiel estimates that there's over 220 individuals that are within the PayPal Mafia, I'll name some of the members, the more prominent members in their accomplishments. Obviously, we have Peter Thiel. He was the co-founder of PayPal. He founded Clarium Capital, Palantir Technologies, Valor Ventures. He's the first outside investor of Facebook. And he invested in several early stage investments such as Spotify, Asana, Stripe, SpaceX, Yelp, LinkedIn. We all know Elon. He was the chairman of the board of directors. He founded SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, the Boring Company, and OpenAI. Keith Rabois, he was a former vice president of business development, public affairs, and policy. He was a LinkedIn VP for business and corporate development, the Square COO. He co-founded Open Door. We have Scott Bannister. He's a co-founder of Ironport. Reid Hoffman, the former COO of PayPal, founded LinkedIn. Max Levchin was the former co-founder and CFO of PayPal. He founded Yelp and Slide. The list literally goes on and on. This just shows you that your network is quite literally your net worth. Obviously, this is an extreme example. These are like some of the most intelligent people in the world, but it just shows you that you should start building your network right now. Surround yourselves with highly intelligent people and build with them. There's a culture right now going around where people want to build by themselves, but build with people, build great things with people. There's more power in two minds than there is one's, and there's more capital obviously than one pocket than there's more capital in two pockets than there is one. Please collaborate. This is needed in this economy and really in this world. There's really a lot of selfishness and greed in this world. We need to collaborate more. We need to network more. You can help yourself and help others. Thank you for tuning into this episode of networking. I hope you learned something. Let me know your top networking tips in the comments. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And you'll have a nice day.